Hey YouTube, how you doing? Destroyer here, bringing you another in-game build for Heroes of Order and Chaos. Today I'm going to bring you the in-game build for Phase Master. And I'm wearing Phase Master's skin, the Techno Ripper, which is part of the Mecha series, which I really like. They did a really good job on this skin. But first off, I want to do another shout out to one of my friends, Levesqmi. He's called the HOC Mathematician. He plays a good bit of Phase Master, and he helps me test a lot of stuff, and I test a lot of stuff with him about HOC. So please check him out. He goes out and streams every now and then. He's kind of random, but if you want to learn a little bit extra, or help your skills out in HOC, please check out his stream along with Levesqmi stream. Also, I asked Lev help me compromise with a lot of the builds for Phase. And he features this in his stream. So let's jump right in and let's get our hands dirty. So the first thing I typically build with Phase is Squire's Wisdom, as y'all know, to make it a bit more tanky and a little bit survivable in the beginning. Now the next item I want to buy, because Phase is an AoE carry, and what that means is area of effect. So it does a lot of burst damage, so it hits a lot of people at the same time. So like his ulti and his second skill and his wall can hit multiple targets at once. This is why we're going to buy the Leviathan Cloak. So early game, this is going to help us pierce through the enemy's magical defense and make us a bit stronger. After that, I typically buy Boots of Haste, and then if I have enough money, I will buy an Enchanter's Ring just to maximize out my attack. After I finish that, I will start building, because Phase is a high mana user, uses a ton of mana. So I'll start building one of the items that's typically best for mages, and it's called a Frost Ring. But the first item I want to build is the Ice Diamond, and the reason I want to build this Ice Diamond is because it increases my mana regen by 1% for every 1% that's missing. So this could, be almost 10 mana regen per second, which is very, very good. After that, I want to increase this item, and if I don't have enough to buy the Ice Diamond, let me show you what it's composed of. It's composed of a Bolstering Ring, which is 2 mana regen, and it's also composed of a Stasis Slathering. Try that. Okay, but after we build the Ice Diamond, we're going to sell one of these items, and we're going to start finishing off our ring. I'm going to buy a Ruby Ring to give us a little more base attack, and then I'm going to increase both of these items into the Frost Ring. The cool thing about the Frost Ring is it does give me the extra mana regen as the passive skill. Gives me plus 6 mana regen a second, and it also gives me a negative, it reduces my percentage on my CD skill. So his second item and his wall, you'll be able to do that about 1 to 2 seconds faster, depending on if you use what type of inscriptions and your talent build is. So after this, after I have these items, I typically will finish off my boots, and I buy Boots of Firewalker just because I want as much damage as I can with Phase, because one of the tablets I use will increase my physical defense. That's why I want more magic attack. After this, I will start finishing off my Bone Flame Wand. So I'm going to buy this item right here, which is the Sapphire Amulet. This increases my overall maximum mana and gives me extra mana regen. After that, I'm going to buy the Bone Flame Wand, which is going to maximize my magic attack, increase my mana power, and as you look, it also triggers a very special effect. If you haven't noticed this, it's the same thing as the Sapphire Ring, and they don't stack together. So if you have 2 Sapphire Rings or 2 Bone Flame Wands, this passive is not going to stack. Just make sure y'all know that. Okay, the next item I'm gonna buy is I want more damage with phase right now. So I'm gonna go back to my magic attack here, and I'm gonna buy another Ring of Enchanters to increase my damage. After that, I'm gonna sell this item, and I'm gonna go get some more to help out with my mana. So I'm gonna get this, the Staff of Exaltation. This gives me extra 400 mana. I'm gonna increase the Ring of Enchanters I just got, and that 400 mana item I just got, and I'm gonna increase it into the Searing Orb. The Searing Orb, what's cool about this is it's gonna increase my pierce through magical defense by 30%. So it's a very good item to have, and plus it has high magic attack. It's a guaranteed must. After this, I'll start buying defense depending on how the game is. So I'm just gonna buy it. You can buy many different types of defense with phase, and I'll go over that in a second. So I want to buy a Cloak of Dragon's Blood just to help with my HP. Now, this is where phase's build gets a little tricky. If you're good at using one item called the Storm Cloak, and I'm going to go over it real quick. A Storm Cloak is an effective ability that you have to use to initiate on the item, and phase is the perfect person for it, because here's the Storm Cloak. Because when you initiate, it inflicts 100 damage per the magical damage you have. So it increases your magic attack tremendously. It stacks a lot. But if you're bad at initiating, because you have to activate it then use the skill, if you're bad at activating it, I do not suggest this for you. If you're more of a pro player and you're used to using phase, then I suggest this. Also, if you're not going to, I would take the Leviathan Cloak and I'd upgrade it into the Lollipop. And like I said, this is for more new people who haven't used the Storm Cloak. Like I said, I want you to use the Storm Cloak because it's awesome for phase. But if you don't, upgrade into the Lollipop. But I'm going to upgrade into the Storm Cloak. Like I said, what's cool about it is when you activate it and use this ulti or another skill, it inflicts tremendous amount of damage. It's awesome for team fights. So after that, I'll just finish off my defense, which I'm going to go with the Hades here. And that's my final build for phase. So everybody, please tell me what you think about this build. Go try it out. Get on Levy's stream and say, "Hey Levesqmi, I saw your build on Justice YouTube. Thanks, man. Good job." And watch him just to learn a couple more tricks from him. Also, I'll have the recommended talents in the description. And like always, thanks for watching. The tablets are coming right now. Hey YouTube, how you doing? Destroyer. I'm going to quickly go over the tablets that I suggest for Phase Master. So, one of the tablets that I really suggest is the Elder tablet, and since Phase, as I just told you, is a high burst mana user, so he's gonna have high attack, a lot of AoE damage. So this is really good for him because it increases his physical defense by 12% of his magic attack. Also, like with all my carries, I suggest the Bloodlust tablet. It is one of the #1 used tablets in the game. If you do not have this tablet, you need to get it. That's basically it. But this increases for every hero, ally or enemy hero that's in the range. So it increases by 3%. Could be a total of 27% at the end. Also, I suggest the Assistance tablet. And if you don't have the Assistance tablet, I also would, or if you're not level 40 yet, I also would recommend the Rage tablet. And the reason I recommend the Rage tablet, and this is what the Rage tablet does, it helps you regenerate your HP by 3% of each enemy you kill. So you're going to be a mid laner in Rift. So you're going to be killing a lot of creeps. Also, one other one that I typically would suggest is the protective tablet with phase. It's pretty good if you're not level 40. This is a tablet that I suggest because I don't know how many times a shield has saved me. Now also real quick, the recommended inscriptions I suggest you use are magic attack inscriptions, but if you don't have magic attack inscriptions, I suggest you go through pierce through magical defense. I would rather you have pierce through magical defense instead of magic attack inscriptions, because phase is that high burst mana user. It does a lot of damage at one time to many people. Also, for the older side, you could use HP inscriptions or physical defense or magical defense, but I would rather you go with HP to make you a bit more tanky in the early game. So guys, please tell me what you thought about this build. If you enjoyed it, tell me what you think when you use it, and do what y'all do best: like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching. Destroyer out.